we go. Welcome in to what I'm going to call video 2, since my kind of mini return. So in this video, we're going to be covering predictions, my hopes, and also this week's plans for CitizenCon, Star Citizen in general, for content. This is going to be a complete kind of new format for me. I've been using my new iPad Pro that I got, which I'm going to be hopefully going to be editing on. And if I can zoom out on here, and also show you with the lights shining on the screen, kind of see it a little bit. I'm going to reveal my notes, but I basically that's zoomed right out, but it's equivalent of probably an A4.5 document of notes, so I can just stay on track on the video, cover every subject, and kind of get through it as quick as possible. So yeah, welcome in, thanks for watching the video, and please let me know feedback in the comments. Just let me know if you like this format, if you want even shorter form content. And yeah, I know I kind of rabbit on, but I'm so passionate about this game and enjoy it, and it's sometimes hard not to kind of go off on these tangents, so I'm going to do my best, so please bear with me. And yeah, just feedback's always a positive, a positive thing in regards to giving it to any creator. Just when you give them feedback, constructive kind of criticism, please, and would really appreciate any comments, positive or constructive. Anyway, let's move on. So the first part, so I'm just having a look. Predictions we're going to cover, and this week's plans, and also stay tuned as well for a bit later of me revealing live stream plans as well this week. So yeah, that will entice you to stay in and find out a bit more information on that. So first of all, predictions for each panel we're going to be doing. So that's where I drop down to the next bit, which I've made a huge bit of notes for here. So we're going to go through these as quick as possible. I'm going to change scenes here. Make this... and we're going to close that part as well. So we've got the scene here. I think I can zoom in. Amazing. Nope, I want to zoom in, and we can use the arrows to go. Right, okay, so we're going to start off with, not worry about the times or anything like that, Brave New Worlds. We're going to just cover these just quickly. By the way, these are UK times, so minus 5 hours for East Coast and 8 hours for West Coast. You can kind of do the maths online, or just do the conversion wherever you are at, and if not, check out they'll all be posted on kind of YouTube, and I think they're streaming on Twitch and YouTube for all this as well, for all the coverage. So let's go. These are just my kind of opinions of what's going to happen. No spoilers in regards to what I know on top of working behind the scenes. It's just for being a fan of just knowing, following the game for the last few years. I've realised I've only been a backer since 2022, but yeah, over 2 years I've been following the game, so like backing the game and following it for a good 3, 4, 5 years or so, knowing about it. So anyway, yeah, Brave New Worlds. I'm going to read these kind of lines out and then just quickly summarize what I'm kind of predict will be covered in this panel. So it says, introducing Genesis, the innovative suite of technologies and processes within Star Engine that breathe new life into truly immersive worlds, achieving the fidelity and scale required to fill an entire universe. So on that one, it's going to be Genesis is potentially going to be their new Planet Tech. So they're on that Planet Tech version 5. They've done 4 previous iterations. This could be their 5th version. It's where they're, at the minute, they're procedurally generating planets, and they're being faster and faster through each kind of Planet Tech kind of version. They obviously want to build systems faster. So it's not just planets, moons as well, space stations, asteroid belts, yeah, there's so many different areas that they to fill out a system. It's not just the planets themselves as well. So their goal initially was 100 system goal. So I believe that will happen well after its 1.0 release. I think they'll go, okay, we're going to get 10 systems in by release, which I can see happening. Even though they've only had one system for the last 10 years of development, they haven't had the amount of staff and development, and they've obviously focused a lot of energy into Squadron 42. That's another complete conversation there, an argument. And but yeah, now they've built all these systems in place. They've been putting moons together in a few weeks and months like one person has, in regards to, as opposed to a whole team having to do that. So I believe they're going to be able to be chucking out these planets really quickly, and they're just going to also make them unique as well. Each planet unique, have their own characteristics, and be able to just go through that. So that'll be really cool to build out a full-fledged universe and not procedurally generated, where some of the planets will have similarities and you're like, oh, that's just, you can see patterns. Hopefully they make them all unique. It's going to be a real tough challenge, but 100 systems, each system's going to have a minimum of 3 to 4 planets. Each planet's going to have 1 or 2 moons potentially. It's just, you do the maths. It's crazy. So that's going to be really cool just to see their perspective for that, and we get a huge opening for that one, a bit like last year with the Star Engine. So next part, a social universe. So it says it's the people you meet and the bonds you form that truly bring the verse to life. Dive into how we're evolving social features to maximize your adventures, from personal one-on-one interactions to massive gatherings with hundreds and even thousands of players. They are doing server meshing right now. They're currently, if you're in the Persistent Universe, the actual live servers of the alpha game, it is 100 players per server. It used to be anything from like 40, 50, I think it started at, and that's gone up, and it's gone up to 140 before, I think 130 off the top of my head. But they've been doing 500 player tests, 1,000 player, and they even went up to 2,000 recently. It didn't go super smooth at 2,000, but they are trying to fail fast and trying to work out all the bugs, and now they've got server meshing kind of worked out. It's amazing how quick progress they're making with that. So yeah, thousands of players being on the same server and systems, and then being able to merge these servers together with the meshing technology and the shard, like that's a whole nother kind of video in itself. So that's going to be really cool. It's, as I say, it builds bonds and truly brings the verse to life. They're going to have NPCs that are going to feel like real characters, but you're going to have all these players bumping into it, and that's what's going to create a sandbox, really immersive gameplay. It's going to be amazing, and I really can't wait for that. So just have a look for my notes here as well, making sure I'm not missing anything. So org mechanics, I believe, are going to come in, and controls. So they have hinted into this last year as well, I believe, over the last few years. But being able to invite yourself all together, so even just being able to say, okay, the website kind of org that you can join orgs through at the minute, that will be hopefully linked through, so you'll all be like a linked friend list, or you can have an org friend list as well. So rather than have to add everyone individually in an org, okay, you're in my org, I can see you're online, I can just send you a friend request card, or not send you a party invite for the game. A bit like WoW with any MMO with guilds, I can see that happening, and them integrating that. Whether it will happen this year or within the next year, or if they just show their plans for it, I imagine most of the stuff they're going to be showing throughout this whole CitizenCon is going to be what they plan to do within the next year. So yeah, party system, if you're doing missions planet side or in a system as well. So this is me jumping ahead of the orgs and that, so that's just obviously just a separate guild thing. But yeah, party system, say you go into a system and you can go into a channel or just search, like a bit like, I'm just going to be referencing WoW, but you can like search for a party in a lot of multiplayer games now, and like you looking for group in Tarkov and all that kind of stuff when you're in the lobby system. So a bit like that, where you join an area, imagine you're on a planet and you need to find someone else to do this mission with, where it's a bit tough to do it on your own. So that would be really cool to build that social kind of connectivity. So I can see that coming into the game, and them kind of showing what their plans are for that, and loads of new UI and HUD systems for that. Moving on, because I don't kind of want to get hung up on too many of these. Let's go down a bit, make sure this is kind of front and center. What I'm currently talking about is dressed to kill. So it says from high fashion to dynamic function, discover starware and exciting new character focused specializations that let you define your identity and take on the challenges ahead, including the return of a legendary friend from CitizenCon's past. We don't know who that's going to be. That'll be really interesting to see who that's going to be, the one from the past. And I am catching up on lore, and I know some, but I won't put any guesses in here for that one. So Starware is their new name. They love to name things with star in front of it. Star Engine, Starware, Star Sim or something they were saying in regards to the new quantum, like they're basically their economy, I think is what they were naming it. But yeah, character customizer, I think they'll do it. Imagine you create your character when the game comes out, and you want to edit, a bit like GTA, you can go to the barbers and have a haircut. You can have, you can change, facial hair, piercings, tattoos. You can add all this stuff later on in the future. There's no reason you can't. It's like sci-fi. They can have reasons why they can change your DNA. So they've changed your jaw structure. Plastic surgery is super advanced, so you can get it done really quickly. There's all this stuff that I'm sure they'll be able to build into the law, so it'll be really easy. So and also, like, I think you get regenerated into a duplicate body. That's where they're going to cover the death of the spaceman, and you if you die you come back alive, but there'll be slight punishments to that, or like repercussions. So yeah, that might be an idea of you edit a character and that's the way you'll next time you spawn in you change. That's a whole nother conversation. But yeah, adding extra creative options. Proper edit screen as well, so when you're going to like clothing and stuff, you press I and it's kind of like, depending where you are, it will just bring up your character where you are in the world, and you can drag stuff onto it. It's not as intuitive, and it's not a proper character screen like you are in Diablo and WoW and any MMO, and even Destiny and stuff, where you can drag your kind of equipment onto it. They're bringing that into the loot menu in regards to weapons, but hopefully they bring it into the clothing and adding equipment onto you as well. Next part, which I think they'll cover, is new gear they'll be adding in that they've been designing. So there's two kind of types I see with this. There'll be one for environmental, so cold and hot, and I put mountain here as a reference, but like depending where you're going. So imagine it's a breathable atmosphere, but you're going on mountains. You're not going to want to wear really heavy equipment that might slow your character down. So you might want like kind of bare minimum. You might want something that can hold water bottles on, or climbing equipment, attachments and all that kind of stuff that you need to bring on, or a good backpack, because you're going to be like, on foot for quite a bit of it if you're going in caves, and extra batteries and food and drink and stuff you need, So that'll be a whole thing. And also, you're going on planets that maybe not as hospitable, whether it's breathable atmosphere or not, if you need a really good kind of filtration system, but something that's going to keep you warm in a really cold climate, and obviously cool you down on a really hot planet as well. So you've got them kind of clothing things. It happens at the minute, and depending what kind of suit you wear, your survivability will change, but I think they'll go really deep into that. And the second part of these clothings is going to be professions. So whether you're a cargo, a bounty hunter, a miner, again, different piece. Like if you're a cargo runner, okay, this clothing or suit, spacesuit, you can carry a massive backpack on to be able to carry actual cargo on your back. You can carry a 1SU box on your back, or something. So you're like Death Stranding character, or bounty hunter. You can actually carry an extra weapon on your back, or all that kind of stuff. It's going to be really cool for them to like flesh that out and give you way more customization. So I'm really excited to actually see all that. The more I talk about that, the more I think that's actually going to be good. If I'm honest, that was my least excited for panel, but there's not one I'm not wanting to see. It's just was probably my least one, but I'm actually, more I talk about, more intrigued. So next part, Beyond Pyro. What this says is, to the fantastic reaches beyond Stanton and Pyro, join us as we explore the exciting new frontiers of Star Citizen's persistent universe. So they're alluding to other systems. They quoted in the latest trailer as well, new frontiers. So I think I brought this up. I'm going to try and bring this up on the screen. Here we are. So let's go to the front of this. I'm just going to show you this quick clip. And this isn't blue, this isn't orange, sorry, for the Pyro jump gate. This is blue. It might be going backwards towards Stanton, and that's what's signifying it. But some people have alluded it might be Nyx. But new frontiers await. That if it was just Pyro, a new frontier awaits. But they put new frontiers await. So I do wonder if they've got other systems ready. I think it is Nyx that's quite barren, and Levski, I think it is. This is before I kind of back the game, but from what videos I've watched is that was the main only landing part, and that's already been designed and fleshed out. So that might be a really good point of saying they're going to drop multiple systems when Pyro's in, because server meshing has been what's holding this back so far. So now they can just drop them. But beyond Pyro, they'll obviously maybe go, actually, by the way, this is also dropping next week when we drop Pyro, or whenever. Or they'll allude to loads of other systems they're planning to do as well. A bit like the Planet Tech, they might reference back to that and go, This is, you know, our plans. We mentioned it earlier. This is how quick we're going to put systems in. Well, we've already, you know, got these systems partly made, and we plan in the next year to be dropping these 2 extra systems. I can see at least 2 extra on top of Pyro between now and next CitizenCon. We'll clip this and see how wrong I am later, but yeah, I can see that happening. So yeah, I'm not going to allude too much more with that, but obviously new systems, really exciting. Next part. Okay, I'm just going to quickly pause. Right, sorry, needed a quick sip of water. So I've realised I'm 15 minutes in and I wanted to keep this video about 10-20 minutes. So yeah, let's plough through this last bit. Redacted. Okay, with the UE logos there, it's hinting towards Squadron 42. They haven't got anything else covering Squadron, not even hinting to what schools are covering in Squadron as well. So Squadron 42 I think is a given here, but we'll see. Are there going to be any celebrity appearances, or, you know, some of the voice and motion capture actors that are involved? You don't know. Everyone from Gary Oldman, Henry Cavill, I think he asked to be on there. Most famously involved, Mark Hamill is one of the main characters in the story as well. Gillian Anderson, John Rhys Davies, I think it's Liam Cunningham, Mark Strong. That's just, I can go on forever, but it's a really exciting cast. And the more I watch some of the footage as well, I'm like, oh, I know that actor, and it's really cool. And like, you know, I'm so excited to see more about that. But I don't know if they'll wait until the Squadron 42's out, or it's actually release day, before they actually get them involved to talk about the game. But will they cover gameplay? I imagine they will. Will there be a demo? On the actual show floor, on the plan, there is not one. Yeah. Whereas the floor plan, there's no real spaces. This is the most recent one. They've updated it slightly. There's a couple of sim pits over here. It'll be really exciting. Actually, just where my camera is, which is super helpful, isn't it? Should I shift myself over a little bit? There we go. So, sim pits here, a couple of so that'll be really cool to experience the game and with proper, because that's one thing I think was amazing last year. People would be able to try Pyro out, but having the joysticks and the Tobii eye trackers and all that kind of stuff, and they're sponsoring the event. So but yeah, there's no place for the demo to happen at the event. This is 4,000 seats here, VIP area I believe, and mess, and we've got a ship outline there. There's a picture of that in a bit. I'll show you in a short while, but this is all the seating area, and I believe these are the community hall, so this will be all the community booths as well, which are really exciting. So yeah, there's no place, as you can see on there, where we go in here, for a demo of the game. So I don't think that will happen. I believe they'll have a release date. I think they've got to, after saying it was feature complete last year, but I think that's it. So moving on, day 2, we're going to steam through this, because again, I want to kind of cover this as quick as possible, and feel free to put your opinions in the comment if you agree with me, if not. So next one is crafting your home. Explore the fundamentals of crafting and base building, including how they combine to enable new opportunities for players and ultimately create the future of life amongst the stars. So base building mechanics, covering that. I believe this is just going to cover the basics. They kind of highlighted it at the end of the show last year, as I remember. It was near one of the last panels, I believe. But and it was, I believe, Todd Pappy, who's unfortunately left now just because geographically he couldn't move to one of the studios. But great guy, and hopefully he had a good influence on this before he left. But hopefully I'll just cover the basics at the very least. How you start with base building and the fundamentals, and they can go from there. I'm not kind of overcomplicate it, or they may have made huge progress. We'll see. I think they'll include HABs, because they've already kind of alluded to that. They've released a video on that. I haven't got that to hand, but it's definitely on their socials from a while back. I think they teased that about a month and a half ago. I've been hyping this up, ramping it up. So but yeah, I think they'll have habitations and possible spawn areas with that, so that'll be really exciting. This leads into the next part, which is the captains of industry. This is an hour and a quarter potentially. Obviously there'll be a bit overlap time in regards to, they'll probably go to Jared and he'll be in the crowd a bit like last year, and between the panels give them time to set up for the next one and get prepped. But you know, that is going to be quite a while to cover an hour to cover base building. Hopefully they cover quite a lot of detail. Next in, captains of industry. Uncover the ships and ground vehicles that will serve as your primary tools for base building in the verse. Revisit a classic and more. So, let's have a look. Ships and ground vehicles. Some out now. I think they'll at least drop 1 or 2 that are now dropping out or dropping in 4.1, 4.1, 4.0, and on 4.x patches as well. Some will be concepts as well, which will be exciting. And then also what's coming in next year. So I think the concepts will at least be, some of them will be coming out in the next year. I imagine all of them will be. They're trying to do that now. They're trying to catch up with the ship backlog as well. Revisiting a classic. I believe revisiting the classic is again going back to that video with this one. This is the Constellation Aquila. I do like this. They really need to rework the front glass of the rest of the models. This is a bit nicer inside. If we go ship to here, it's a bit more visible because they've got a gap between the beams, and the other ones is a big thick beam in the middle, which is like the main part where you're looking at of the Constellation, Phoenix, Andromeda, and the Taurus all have different roles. So hopefully they're going to redo their models and they'll have a integral part in base building. Maybe one of them's like the Aquila is going to be responsible for scanning and finding a place to land, and I allude to a lot, and yeah, I'm not gonna delve too into that, but hopefully it's that, because it's one of my favorite ships and it's Chris Roberts' favorite ship as well, so good chance of that. They're also going to show ships like the Galaxy. So this is the Galaxy that I've got pledged for, a beautiful ship. This is going to be one of the, I think this is the smallest ship that will be involved with base building, as far as I'm aware, but please correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. It's got different modules in the middle in regards to cargo and mining, refinery and stuff that's built inside. Always got to be combat part of it. Space to say sex cells, combat cells in Star Citizen. So they've got to show that. But you can see here, like, kind of loading onto it. It's a really cool looking ship. Pizza looking ship, but look at that. It's just amazing. But they've got a cargo variant as well. But this is going to be responsible for base building. So I don't know if you have a dedicated module or if all of them will be able to do that. And you just need to land it, and it's got facilities on board that can, facilitate the start of a base. But that'd be really cool. Big hangar at the back. Excited to see that come into the game, and I really hope they surprise drop that this year. They've been working on a lot of RSI ships recently, so it's definitely a possibility, but that's exciting. There's a few other base building ships out there, but we'll cover that in another video. So moving on to the next one, the last one, the Stars, my destination, Star Citizen 1.0. It says the PvP, PvE, non-combat. What type of game is Star Citizen? If you want answers, join us as we outline a high-level overview of Star Citizen 1.0 and what our intentions are for our epic shared universe. First question, what type of game is Star Citizen? The $1 billion question. This will be huge, in my opinion, this closing part. It's potentially, the venue closes at 2:30, 12 till 2. It's at least going to be 2 hours here, I think, in regards to a video package and details and going into information. And I'll end with a big video to kind of really hit home. They'll want to end the show with a bang, and it's going to be their best Citizen Con yet. So, yeah. Will be bigger than the Star Engine trailer last year, which kind of went viral. You had all the big streamers kind of reacting to it. One of my favourite, for the life of me, I've gone blank. Why can I not think of his name? WoW streamer. It will come to me in a bit. But yeah, the reaction video is always great. So that was a really, really impressive video. So I think this one will be doing the rounds once this drops. And I think because it's going to be next to their home base, I think they'll be able to get the 4K version out ASAP. Last year, I think it took them a few days to drop properly. But anyway, I digress. It's not going to be a conventional MMO, in my opinion. There'll be PvE elements that want to appeal to as many people as possible. I've put to everyone here, but not everyone, but people that play No Man's Sky, Skyrim, WoW, Tarkov, Rust, DayZ. They've got base building. They've got PvP, space combat, FPS combat. You could literally stay planet side on foot in a city, or just going out and doing bounty hunting missions solely, or you can commit to just one kind of like line of work, or once you get bored you can move on to cargo running, mining, all that kind of stuff. There's going to be so many things that, a bit like obviously with other MMOs. WoW again, Lord of the Rings Online, Knights of the Old Republic, all that kind of stuff, where there's always like kind of professions you can master yourself in and work yourself up in. So there will be always stuff to work on. So this will be huge for them to show what this kind of game is and what they're working towards, what their vision is. Really exciting. And just to remind everyone, Enter Atmosphere, Atmo Esports, they run the Daymar Rally. If you remember, I was participating in that. Really good esports org, and really impressive at being able to do as much as they are before the game's even out in beta or full release. So I could just disguise the limit with these guys, and they've hired a whole venue, and it's going to be like an esports arena. They've got inspiration from Halo and from Valorant, all that kind of stuff. So the actual venue is going to be huge. If I can get there, I will, and I'll try and live stream and pictures as well. But I am, because I'm working behind the scenes, I'm not sure if I'll be able to. So we'll see. But that's going to be really exciting. They'll be streaming that on Twitch. Not sure if they'll be on YouTube, but definitely on Twitch. They've got so keep an eye out for that. Be a really good one to watch. There'll be a lot of space combat and atmospheric flight and stuff. So I don't know if and also they've also got Chris Roberts and Sandy Roberts as well, appearing there as well, which is announced on their socials, I believe. So awesome. I'm just looking at the time, and I really appreciate people watching all the way through the video. That's the majority of the video done, I think. So we've just got a few extra things to cover, but also said I was going to cover my hopes. I think I've kind of covered that in the answers anyway already, but my just hopes are that it's going to be just like last year, breathe a whole fresh energy into the project and into the game, and bring positive intent to the project and to the community, and also bring new people in and get the game stable relatively. I hope they just, with the server meshing, they kind of just keep refining it and improving it. That's kind of my main hope over the next year, and proving to people this is going to be a game like one of the biggest games ever. It's got the potential. It's just that stability and stuff, but it's really hard to keep a game stable when you're iterating on it and adding so much more technology all the time. So bear with them. Only join the project when you're ready. If you're used to buggy games, it's great to check out now. They'll do free flies coming up in IAE in November, but just, that's my hope is to the point of where I can actually recommend my friends come and join and play it. At the minute, free flies are great. Just get people in. Only for people that are kind of a bit resilient. If I've got someone that just would get put off a game instantly if it's not quite ready, I'll be like, wait until it comes out. And that's probably what you should, think about yourself as well. Whereas if you're someone that plays beta games and early access games and you're used to little bugs and you like to get the scoop on it and find out early, then just jump in on a free fly and see how you get on. And that's kind of hopefully, I'm hoping more and more people are comfortable in recommending it to their friends because of it being in a better place for the year to come. And I'm really hopeful they are quite clear on the upcoming patches, and the new upcoming patches are just as good as, what I'm hoping them to be and what everyone is hoping them to be. So, that's just my hopes. So this week, let's cover this week's plans. Let's jump back to the other part as well. I've just realised we're jumping back to this screen, and I've got a few things to cover this actually. So we're going to go back to there. Not quite there yet. So plans for this week. Plans to get another video out tomorrow. So I'm recording this and getting it out all in the same day, something I don't normally do. Test stream tomorrow is the plan. So I'm going to try and go live on a few platforms tomorrow. Probably going to be daytime because I'm going to, when I get a bit of spare time, I've got to pack and everything still. Hashtag last minute, like normal with me. But I've got quite a few things together. But live stream tomorrow on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, and Kick. Please comment, let me know what your preferred platform is, or if you don't know us well, I'll try and put a link tree underneath this video as well to find all my other socials, your preferred platforms. We don't need that up. Oh, what? Yeah, I need this up. Next part, we're gonna on the stream we'll be chill chatting, hanging out, catching up as well. It'll be really good to see some you know, familiar faces in chat, we'll rewatch the Star Engine trailer and possibly the I Held the Line Squadron 42 trailer from last year as well to get hyped for this year's CitizenCon. So watch that with me if you haven't seen it before, or if you have, then we can kind of chat about it together. That'd be really cool. Plans also are an IRL stream in the week as well once I'm there, on Facebook, Twitch as well, possibly. I don't know if Twitch can do it from my phone or my iPad. I will try. I'll try to do some shorts on YouTube as well, so I'll try to post them up. So make sure you follow me on YouTube, and I'll be posting shorts up of just like IRL streams and my opinions, what's going on. I won't be able to put too much, well, I don't think I'll put anything. I can take pictures and possibly videos and behind the scenes, but I won't be able to post anything until after the event, and we have to be clear on what we're actually taking pictures of, if we're still allowed to release it after the event, because of the NDA. I'm not wanting to spoil it for anyone. I want everyone to be surprised and enjoy it, just like, you know, just like any event. I know some people can find, you know, want to see spoilers, and you can go out and find them. You're not going to find them here. But yeah, that would be really cool. Do some IRL streams and pictures on Instagram and Facebook. I don't think the other platforms can accept them. It'd be really cool if they could. But yeah, I'll be putting all across my social media as much stuff as I can, so I'll be really as active as possible. Overall plan, driving on Wednesday. So this is just the overall plan to cover summary, and this is just the end of the video out now. Driving down up there, should I say? It's north Wednesday, and carpooling with a buddy, another BTS member. I won't say the name, but we'll see if they want to get involved in the videos as well. We're doing Bar Citizen on Wednesday night. It'll be really cool. And then Thursday we do our orientation on our first day, behind the scenes, helping out the venue. That's really exciting. We had our last meeting, we've had a couple of Zoom calls and that to organise this. Not allowed to talk about what we spoke about, but it's just been really well organised and just really exciting to be part of. So hopefully it's not the only one, you know, not my first and only one I'm a part of in the future. I will try and get involved next year and the years to come, because it's yeah. But I'll talk about all my kind of thoughts about that after the event and how it went. In the evening, we're going out for a kind of BTS staff meal, and then there'll be a Bar Citizen going on as well. So I'm going to try and do both. That'll be really cool to hang out with people and meet the team that we're going to be working quite closely with over the weekend. Yeah, every night there's going to be a Bar Citizen going on. Friday, behind the scenes again. That's going to be a big day to prep for the event, because it's day before, and that's going to be a long day from what I'm aware of. And then there's the Bar Citizen street takeover. They're taking over a whole street, so that's going to be really cool. Again, I'll try and live stream some of that. There's going to be upwards 4,000 people at this Bar Citizen. They've worked with the city and closed this whole street off, and I think there's, off the top of my head, let's bring up CitizenCon. We had this video up. Community booths. We had it's I can't even see it on there. But yeah, we've got so I'm going to close these tabs that we've covered. We spoke about the Galaxy. This is the sneak peek I'm going to cover real quick, though. I mentioned earlier, by the way, they posted this. So this is not a sneak peek. It's not a sneak peek, but I think this might be the armor that is given away. If not, this is really cool, because it's like a carbon fiber effect, and they're like teasing the F7A, which is on the diagram of the hull. So, you know, read into that what you will, but it's it might be just teasing Squadron 42 news and stuff. So, yeah. This is one quick sneak peek. I had this thing up I wanted to cover. This was what it was like at there last year when they were showing Pyro. We'll be in this remotely when these big videos go off. We'll be obviously working, but we're going to have a chance to watch some of these ones. And this music. Everyone's like just immersed in it. And if I get to try out the Toby Eye Tracker while I'm there, that's gonna be really cool. Everyone's just cheering. and it just goes straight into the planet Earth. But this would be cool just to be involved in that atmosphere, as you can kind of hear it. Everyone's like whooping. That was probably one of the quieter ones as well. But yeah, I was going over what my plans were as well, and I so tangent. But this is where the event's going to be. I've realised I didn't cover this kind of thing. So this is the big convention hall area. This is kind of the size inside. This is just like search online. You can find all this yourself as well. They've had loads of cool conventions there, as you can see. This looks pretty cool from the outside. They've converted like a old railway station by the looks of it. And this is the front of the building. So yeah, really cool. Excited to go in there and check it out. I don't think there was any other relative videos as such, but yeah, it's going to be really cool. That's where the venue's going to be. It's community stands, booths as well. Just shout out to all these going to be at there. So you've got, I'm not going to read all the details, but I know Ultima from being involved in the Daymar Rally. You've got Atmo Esports, Avantgarde, HubNet, Black Star Initiative, Star Citizens International, Imperium, Atlas Defense Industries. I'll skip past there. Medrunner, Merchantman is going to be there. Tommy Racing and Gaming, they've built their own model, so I'll definitely be taking pictures and videos of that. Might even live stream when I've come up to that storm. Mongrel Squad, Nova Intergalactic, Polakis Workshop, he does amazing models. If he's got some, we might have to grab one. Test Squadron, I think that's one of the biggest, it's the largest Star Citizen organisation. And Xi'an Workshop as well, being able to write in Xi'an. So yeah, and also more booths, Cloud Imperium, Sig Props team, and also JRDF who do models as well. So I actually had that on my Christmas list to get a model, but didn't happen. Santa didn't bring me it. Maybe I'll get one there. That's really exciting. Yeah, so it's kind of everything I want to cover regarding that. Keep the timer on screen. But that's the overall plan up to the Friday takeover, by the way. Saturday there's the show. I will try and live stream in the evening. I don't think there's a Bar Citizen on the Saturday night or the Sunday night. Sunday night's got the Atmo event, and Saturday night everyone's probably like going to be trying to recover, but I'm sure people are going to be meeting up and going out for a meal. But I might, we're at an Airbnb together Friday, Saturday and Sunday with a few people, so we might all go out for a meal, and I'm sure we'll bump into other citizens. So might live stream some of my opinions from the show. That'd be cool. We'll see how the rest of the streams go up until then. And then the Sunday show is a shorter day. There's the teardown. So once that finishes, basically we're just helping get all the stuff out the venue because I'm working with as behind the scenes. And then Atmos in the evening. I said I'll try and get to that if I can and get involved. If not, it's going to be on Twitch, and I might recap it or rewatch it once I get home from the event. Drive back on Monday, and then the plan is next week full recap video and or a stream to cover everything as well, and also cover all allowed footage from behind the scenes and reactions of it as well. So I'll be covering all that. So that's kind of the plans. Yeah, we'll just end on this amazing picture of the new update. Huge shout out to Shockbreaker, who's an amazing kind of virtual photographer with Star Citizen. He takes some amazing shots. This is just, yeah, incredible in the new Acid Caves in 3.24.2, which is on the 4.0 code base, so we're just going to say 4.0 update. But yeah, I really appreciate everyone watching the video. I hope you enjoyed my opinions, and yeah, please let me know your own, and if you're excited to see the streams, and I will try and be live tomorrow. So yeah, I'm going to post this video up now. Thank you so much for watching and checking it out, and yeah, I'll catch you soon. Peace out. Like, subscribe, comment, follow on all the platforms. Make sure you do it. Much love.